Alright boys and girls, and welcome back to another building video. This time we're taking a look at a brand new version of an old but gold base, the Booget. We've had the version 1, we've had the version 2, now it's time for the version 3, ladies and gentlemen. It's been 8 months since we visited this footprint. Oh my, have I hit it with a wonderful revamp. Listen dude, sit on build servers all day. I've racked up 9,000 hours in this game and I barely even play a wipe. You gotta subscribe, you gotta like the video, you gotta comment, please. I can't do this shit anymore. If you clicked on this video, I already know for a fact that you're often running out of bulk space. The average Spinky viewer is of course a Giga Chad, so you're gonna need an open core for that. Next up, the big groups that you regularly annoy are always at your door looking to give you that online raid. That's why the shooting floor, roof, and compound combination is gonna give you an amazing chance against any group of any size. Lastly, you've got Goomba teammates. They often get lost in the base and they don't really know where they're going. We've kept the symmetry and the simplicity on the inside tailored towards the lower IQ players that you might have on your team. If somehow you're not already convinced, let's jump into the tour and show you guys exactly why you're building this base on your next wipe day. Alright, we're trying a new trick today, and it's kind of hard, so you need to give me a little bit of leeway. I'm trying to control the debug camera and my player model at the same time, so some of the demonstrations might be a little bit off. Alright, so outside Esitori disconnectable here, placing this roof disconnects the external TC, allowing us to replace the main TC inside of our base. In the off chance you want to replace it, or add it back after defending an online raid. And there we go, we just add it back. And we run back to the camera. Alright, serious mode. Back to the tour, we're inside the gatehouse. Pretty basic here, windows to look in, windows to look out, and turrets on top to cover our large furnaces. It's also spot for some drop boxes above that gatehouse too. The base is symmetrical by 2, and we have bedrooms and gatehouses. Today's video has been sponsored by Hero Wars, and the integration has been split up across the video as to not interrupt your viewing pleasure. Here's an interesting fact: there are many different and unique characters in Hero Wars. We have cyborgs, aliens, vampires, and even furries won't be disappointed. My personal choice is Chaba. Find your favorite champion in Hero Wars today. A little more on Hero Wars later. Alright, so jumping on the box gives us a nice head glitch outside of the compound. These boxes are also used for storage underneath to give you something to kit with when you respawn. Behind that door you've got a battery, and of course there's a turret to cover everything, and at some angles it's even double chain linked, meaning it's extremely hard to break with HVs, explosive ammo, or anything like that. Then the rest of the compound is completely symmetrical. We can loop all the way around and see all the wide-gapped angles we'd have on anyone inside the compound. Heading inside the front door, we can see we have our standard airlock that does not have any mobility inside. Our mobility has been pushed back a layer, which means it's no longer one wall, making this base even more effective for online raids. We can run into the core there like that. Smooth transition into our nice and wide starter base. Our starter base is double-sided, so you can run through one end to the other, making it great for those larger groups. No more getting stuck in the tight spaces. Up our mobility and into a short bedroom corridor with some ankle biters that are perfect for, you know exactly what they're perfect for. Get some feet pics of the boys. and then you can jump up, easy peasy, into our open core. And wow, did I make it look nice this time or what? We've got a massive open core with 4 ramp turrets defending that space. Bedrooms are underneath on the ankle biters, bedrooms are above as well. Lots of respawns around this area for your entire team. And of course, plenty of boxes for you guys to store all your loot. In this bedroom we have a locker in that single door over there. And of course another one at the opposite end, with our locker inside again. And then we can jump up again, back out towards the mobility chute, and up and out into shooting floor. There are 2 of these that lead out into shooting floor. And our shooting floor consists of Widegapped and freehand angles, giving us some wonderful little head glitches down into compound, and of course some nice wide angles to use out far. Shooting floor has been spammed with some lockers too to allow you to kit up, and I've made sure there's not too many angles looking inside the shooting floor. We want to be safe in here. Scattered around the edges of shooting floor are also bedrooms with breach peaks, ankle biters, and a box above. The full kit. And of course another wide gap angle here, and a hidden bedroom that you guys will see how we access later on. This is our defense floor now, that we'll briefly run through before finishing off the shooting floor tour. Shooting floor's got 4 of these single bedrooms that are nice, and they come with the ankle biter, of course, and the breach peak. Really kitted out here on bedrooms. There is definitely enough respawns in the space. That's our jump up to roof, but we'll hang on for a second there and head into now the defense floor. So defense floor comes with 4 peak downs into our open court, and of course these will act as breach peaks as well if any of the walls near and around open core have been blown up. You have angles from there. You and the turret can guard those together. And vending machines in the middle to flex, and 4 bedrooms scattered around too. Now we jump up, and it's really hard to jump in debug mode. And out onto roof, here we are. There are 2 exits out onto roof, and roof is covered by a multitude of turrets. Here we have a couple of sections where you can peek down. Opening up this door creates a nice door peek that you can use to head glitch anyone below. And of course more peek downs as we run around. Out here is a nice balcony area, because Booget's all about the cool roof. We want to have a cool roof on here. So it's a nice chill area over there. Of course, still giving us some nice angles off the roof, and an easy way to jump down. Around the opposite side, this is the way that we came up, just the same way down into shooting floor here. And back up again. And of course, we've got the little rooms there too that we can defend from. Boom, jumping up here now takes us into a little bit of a roam floor, I guess you could call it. It's a nice backup roof in the center that keeps some batteries if you feel like you're going to need extras. Spammed with boxes, spammed with beds. And heading through this door takes us into the hidden bedroom. Now this bedroom is pretty cool because it has nice little retake angles into our shooting floor, allowing you to defend that point. You also drop down from roof and you can jump up from there, allowing you to defend your roof even better. These are one of the last bedrooms that are going to be hit, assuming it's not damaged in the pummel. That jump is easy, it's just hard in debug, don't worry, I was trying to joke there. Lastly, we have more roof ramps from this center point, and you might be thinking, what am I supposed to see from this roof? It's pretty clear that the angles are terrible. This roof is a backup roof, and it's there for you in case stability does give way and you're 100 rockets in, and your original roof is missing, and from there you can defend. Alright, let's break down the build cost now. We're speeding through it. That's the total build cost, and that's it in box amounts. Lastly is the total upkeep. That is spread between 3 TCs. We have 2 externals and we have 1 in the main base. Alright, here's the footprint. Take a screenshot of that. We're missing a tiny bit of main base. Now you've got all the information you need. Let's go on to the building tutorial. And what's this in my hand? I don't know. A little bit more information on that in the next video, I reckon. Only just got my hands on it just now. But anyway, let's throw down the star base. We're building the Booget footprint. So our nice long extended circle footprint with a square off of every triangle and then a triangle in between every square. Then the honeycombing goes as follows, leaving out that center triangle there. You can see that gap that we're leaving. And that's the main base footprint. From here, let's create a bit of a dog bone starter footprint. We're getting all the fancy names today to help you guys remember exactly what we're building. A divider wall down the middle. And limited frames. You can place them all in if you want, but that's how many I went for. And then we just get our loot rooms ready and our TC loot room too. Place your TC down and make sure you get a lock on there because it's a multi-TC base. So let's make sure we utilize the benefits that come with that. Carry our half-height shelf through. And that's pretty much the starter base. Then we'll place our doorways this way round, making sure that our door path to TC is as long as possible. Then you'll see from above what I was talking about when I said the dog bone. Look at that. There we go. Dog bone footprint. And then from there, let's work on our airlocks. Symmetrical base, so they're over here. Jump ups on the right. Nothing on the left. That's up to you. You can throw some furnaces in there if you want, but nothing wrong with a little extra honeycombing. Add floors on that, and then off to the opposite side to do the exact same thing all over again. Getting that airlock filled in. And the roof's on top. Next, We'll add in the honeycombing to finish off the first floor so we can not worry about it for just now. Honeycombing goes down, triangles go on, and next we can work on our Widegaps. By the way, Hero Wars is a world of 6 unique modes and 100 million players. You can play alone or with friends. Also, be sure to try out the Titans mode, become a legend, and play Hero Wars now. Alright, a little bit more on Hero Wars later on. We're coming out with 3 squares to Widegap this base, taking away our squares after capping it with a triangle, and then we're going to build back nice and slow. Super slow there, following the build out that I just did. Don't worry if it was too fast, you're going to see it again. Even slower next time. But that's our build out that we're trying to create, and you can see the shapes that we're making, so hopefully you can replicate it even with just that bird's eye view. Let's connect up to all these foundations with all the necessary frames that we're going to use later on. Then from there we're just going to cap off this last triangle and change it to a square, allowing us to create our nice little gatehouse off of there. And then boom, make it stone, wonderful. Half wall this off. Frames facing in the way, windows facing out the way, create our spot for the battery, half walls above for our turret, and there's plenty of spots for chain link along here as well. Then from there we can do the exact same on the opposite side, and I'll be with you guys when we're all caught up there. Alright, everything is done, everything's connected to an external TC, we're set to go, nothing should be decaying now. Let's do the freehands, this is the part that people find tricky. Remember, join up the Discord, shoot me a message if you're struggling, and we'll get through it together, okay? These are the 4 points that I'm now marking out, where we are going to be freehanding from on the base. You do not need to be in a flat spot for this, you can pretty much do it on any terrain you want. It's just practice makes perfect. Get on the build server and practice. We're going to place our crosshair where mine just was, in the center, and we're going to back up that square as much as we can. I like to do 2 small little backups. You can see that even I fail, okay? Even I messed it up once there. So, you can see it's a hard thing to master, okay? Crosshair in place. We're watching slowly. There we go. Did we get it right this time? Foundations are down. Let's check the frame. The frame is above 70%. That's not 70%, a number that's higher. It's usually 79, 77, around there. And that means we've got it. We'll show you again and I'll talk you through it. Backing up this square, jiggling around, getting a feel for it. Looking good. Checking the percent. We're chilling. Let's upgrade that, break one of them. We'll do our small build out in the center. And we'll get our gatehouse built. Then from there you can add these foundations back and get the frames on. Making sure we do it in the exact build order that I just showed. We did that build order for a reason, so let's stick to it, or else you're not going to get your gatehouse down. And you want to get your gatehouse down. So there we go, boom, that side complete, looking good. Then from there we will do that on the opposite side, and I'll be with you guys when you're all caught up. At this point, you're able to throw down a compound. You're going to need 12 high walls in total, and they just join up like this. It's the same gap repeated 4 times, with a 3 high wall gap there. And then you can slot your furnace from this point. And that's it. 4 furnaces, you're set. Alright, moving on to open core. We're building our jump up facing away from the loot room, just like that. And then across from one jump up is another jump up with windows in between. That'll give us that ankle biter into open core. We build the exact same thing over here. And wall it round. Get the windows down. Frames in between, and you'll get your locker and your beds in there too. Okay, now for the loot room. Let's start with the honeycombing behind it so we can get that now and out of the way. And then the honeycomb goes in, half walls come in front, just like that. A couple more half walls in the center here, just to give a small pancake layer on the starter base. Making it harder to blow up from underneath and making it harder to blow down from above. Then from there, we have triangles that we're pulling through via this square, giving us our shelf, allowing us to access those boxes underneath. Then another set of shelves. And some door frames that lead through. I'll correct that one there, my bad. Door frames that lead through to our mobility chute and our extended bedroom over here. And that's that there. Making sure we're rotating those walls. We don't want any soft sides facing our boxes. And then there we go. Do the exact same thing on the opposite end. Add in the honeycombing for the boxes before we forget. And then our ramps go in. Don't forget about these frames. They need to go in before the ramps. That's an important build order step as well. Finished off that side of mobility, we'll finish off this side of honeycombing. And then we'll add in those ramps. And then we can seal off this open core floor, and that's the open core finished. Alright, coming on to the third floor now, we have quite a lot to think about. Above our jump up is another jump up, let's not forget that. We'll mark it with a frame so we don't accidentally seal that off. So we're leaving a floor frame above here, we don't want to forget and accidentally seal ourselves in. Then from there, we can take a look outside. That's where we've got our mobility chutes positioned. From here we have a run around of doors, taking us in and out of our shooting floor, just like that. Then we can add frames in between. Adding in the frames to keep our turret in place, the frames in front of our bedrooms. Get the window on the right, window on the left, and the back walls in as well. Then our ceilings go on top. On this side, you'll notice I'm leaving out the third triangle. I'm just walling in these two here. Leaving that one alone, that's our drop down to our secret bedroom. So let's not forget about that and accidentally wall that in. Then from there, you can add your floors on top. Again, we're leaving out that third triangle. I'm only sealing in 2 of them. And there we go. Alright, onto the shooting floor now. We're going to need to raise up some frames. Our freehands can be raised all the way up, purely with frames. Same with this main base square is only frames leading up. It's as simple as that. And we'll do the same on this side. Unfortunately, the wide gaps get a little bit more complicated and it's not as simple as just raising the frames up. Right here, you can kind of not pay attention, but you'll need to pay attention to the next part. Okay, these remaining 2 sides get a little bit weird. We'll start with half walls in front. And then we'll create our breach peak, our ankle biter as well. Making sure that you place those windows where I place them. The low wall faces towards the airlock. That's all you need to remember when doing this. Then you'll raise these frames up with the window on top. All the way around like that. And then we can build our secret bedroom that's only accessible from the roof as well. Making sure we leave spots for windows and frames here, not accidentally covering it up. And then we can build this part up as well. remembering that our low wall faces towards the airlock, just like that. It's the best way to remember it. And then you can build around the rest of this. Okay, now we'll repeat that, what we just did on the opposite end, and I'll be with you when you've caught up on all that. Okay, adding in our floors, you place off of the Widegaps, and then for the freehands you place off of main base. Just like that. And it's the same pattern all the way around, so you only need to see it once or twice. Then from there you'll see how we're doing half walls, and then windows on top, to give us that peak from above. And that's how you build the bedroom. You'll see that 3 more times as well. Getting your bedroom down. And you'll know your floor's in the right place if you're able to place the bedroom door frame. Another indicator for it. Then we half wall, window on top. Get those floors in. In the center on that main base square, it's a simple square, just with a window on top. And then we build around our bedroom again. Adding in the shelf for the box. And we spam frames throughout our shooting floor. Not super necessary, but I like to do it if you got the spare mats for it, but you can leave that out if need be. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Here's a question for you. Where can you get 30,000 coins, 600 emeralds, and 5 awesome heroes to start dominating in Hero Wars right away? Too slow. The answer is the link in the description down below. Play Hero Wars now. And there we go, guys. That was the Hero Wars sponsor. Give it a check out, link in the description, and let me know if you like that sponsor style over just having it all at once. Then from there, we just seal off the roof, mimic everything that's below. Easy peasy, all the floors go in, and then let's get to work on the roof. This side is super simple. It's our little balcony area, so 2 half walls and a low wall in the center completes that section there. Next, we'll build the entrance / turret pod that goes down into our secret bedroom. You'll see we leave a little half height section here that fits a turret perfectly. And then it's the same on this end as well. Little sectioning for the turret. And a couple of doors that lead down into the secret bedroom. Next to our secret bedroom entrance is a couple of battery spots. And there's 4 spots there. You can fill that with lockers, batteries, anything you want. Only thing I'll say is try and place the battery before the roof, or else it's going to be impossible to get the battery in. Then we'll seal up these jump ups. And then just mimic along as I do. Some of these spots are windmill towers, some of them aren't. Some are just door window combinations, and some of them actually lead up into the windmill. And then we have our backwards roof, just to give the base some style. And it comes all the way around, keeping us safe from any tall raid bases, allowing us to run through our roof nice and safe. Lastly, back in the center of the roof here, we're going to add in a couple of half wall window combinations with our roof ramps. And if you mismatch the upgrade on these, then they won't connect. And there we go. Last thing to do is a couple of windmills, get all 4 of those down. And from there, you can come into shooting floor and place a couple of backwards roofs. And that'll just allow us to run around here simpler and have some parts to like jump over. And swap between the 2 like inner roofs here. just like that. And there we go. Once we've done that, that completes the base design. Hopefully, boys and girls did enjoy this video. If you did, then please feel free to leave me a like and drop me a comment down below. I really hope to see this base out there on some servers. It's a banger and you guys are gonna love it. The links are in the description to the Discord, and my second channel has a brand new video on there as well if you want to try it. Remember to check out Hero Wars, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you in a bit.